together into the side, there's no strength. It's very difficult. You never want your guard down. This is a momentary thing so that I can right away reposition and get my knees in front, even from close guard, so my knees are pointed out. All right. So now let's talk about the finishing move. Once I pass the guard. So how the person is situated in a bottom cross side is how I'm going to attack. Right. So with this specific guard pass, can I borrow you please, Ricardo? Can we start from butterfly, please? So note how when I pass. And let's just say that I'm able to drive him down, but I'll do the more complex version, and I can't kick his foot out. He's trapping my foot with his, or my leg with his foot, keeping this down, wrapping this up really, really tight, flipping this foot over, impaling this down. And you see how as I come forward, he's kind of looking away from me because of the way that his knees are situated. Right? I'm just gonna turn a little bit. Perfect. Here. So once I'm here, what I want to do is I control. What I like to do from here is I like to go and plug his hand, right? The best thing to do is to push this hand down so that I can feed this hand. So I just pin this right down. Now, you see how this kind of looks like I'm doing an Americana, but when he's on his side like this, see how his shoulder blades are off the ground? There really isn't an Americana. See how, if he stays, don't even grab, but look here, there's really not much of a lock. He's got a lock, okay, well maybe there is. But most of the time, it will take an enormous amount of effort on my part. I need him flat on his back. So really, me pushing his hand down to feed this hand, the arm that's underneath his neck, is just really distractionary. What I really want is the lapel. What would I do, or pardon me, what does Ricardo do when I start to attack this? He actually did this earlier. He's already grabbing. So he's grabbing his arm. When he's doing that, that frees up the top lapel. Can you open up your arms, please? You see how he's got a top lapel and a bottom lapel. He's on the side and he's facing away from me. I want the top lapel. So can we just resume the same position, please? So he's kind of guarding his hand, right? Grab your own hand, please, just for the sake of the demonstration. See how he's pulling on it, so I can't attack it. I want him to believe in the Americana. Well, when I'm grabbing on here, really what I want is this lapel. Once I have this lapel open, I'm going to feed it to my thumb. Here from the hand that's grabbing his lower arm, I'm going to feed it to my thumb like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot onto this knee, the knee that's closest to his head. I'm going to pivot so that my whole body swings. See, my whole body swings. So both of my feet are now touching his belt. My shin is over on top of his belt line. I'm now going to lean. So you see how I take posture? Here I'm going to lean over to his knee. It's like this. I take his knee. Now I'm going to fall back. As I fall back, look at my knees. These squeeze here. Yeah, it's a modification of the bow and arrow choke. Many people have seen the bow and arrow choke from the back. Can I take your back, please? Have a seat. A lot of people have seen the bow and arrow choke from here. I have the back. I'm able to take one lapel with this forearm, and then I'm able to switch my hook so that both of my feet are over the one side of the hip, and then I'm grabbing on to the knee, keeping it really close to my shoulder, closing my guard up here. This is the bow and arrow choke. Like I'm an arrow and he's the bow. Know how his body's all distorted, right? And my body's just straightening out, hence the name, bow and arrow. You can do it from cross side. You don't necessarily need to have both legs over top, right? So let's start from cross side again. We all know how we got here, correct? From the guard pass. And you see how from the guard pass, because of the way that his legs were situated, see how he's kind of 3/4 turned away from me. I want to take advantage of this. So I'm here, and I want to bug this forearm. It's very unrealistic if the person is good to allow me just to walk right in and grab his lapel. Sometimes if the guy's tired, great. He'll leave it open, but most of the time you have to set this up. He's going to grab this hand, pass it, feed it to this hand. Now he's defending, both of his hands are occupied. Now I can freely operate on the top lapel. I just want to feed it to my thumb. Look, I'm just going to insert my thumb underneath the top lapel. Once I have this, you guys remember what's next? Yeah, I'm going to bring my knee up. But note how as I bring my knee over his torso, both of my feet come up. Now from here, I can lift my head up. As I do that, my elbow, I don't let it loose. That way his head's going to escape. I keep my elbow right to my belly button. See how you can already feel the choke coming on. From here, typically the person will be bringing their knees up. They probably won't have their legs straight. So do you see how he's giving me his knee here and I'll just grab it right here, hooking my elbow right underneath his knee. Now I'm going to fall back. But know how as I fall back, both of my knees, it's like my knees are clamping down on his torso, like vice gripping his sternum. As I do this, you see how I'm clamping tight and I'm pushing him away as I'm pulling the lapel back for the choke. Man, Beer, can I borrow your hat? Come on, man. So let's do this from the top really quick. I have the butterfly guard. It is going well for me. I'm able to pass, but oh man, I screwed up. So that's fine. I gotta go and check his leg with my trailing foot, swim up, impaling my knee in between and behind his knee, come all the way up for a cross side. From here, stay tight. Yeah, he's really tight. He's protecting his neck. Grab onto the bottom hand, feed it to my hand, that arm that's underneath. Now he's protecting his hands. He's thinking I'm going for the Americana. Now I can go and work the top jacket lapel. Feed it to my thumb. Everything's going well. From here, once I have this, the chances of me finishing are really high. I'm going to pivot, keeping my elbow in tight. Don't want his head to escape. Keeping my elbow in tight. Pivot so that both of my feet are touching his belt line, hooking onto his knee, pull it to my chest using my elbow. As I fall back, look at my knees. See how they slide right over top of his torso. Here, so I'm clamping down with both of my knees, pushing my knees away, thus pushing Van Beer's torso away as I'm pulling my hand and thus pulling on his lapel into his neck. Let's try that, please. Team, modified bow and arrow.